Welcome back to the pack and the den. Thanks for joining us today as we look over the Crow Tarot created by M.J. McLean, not to be mixed up with the Urban Crow Oracle. Both are created by M.J., but definitely have some different feels. This one is based off of a traditional tarot deck, but with the lovely theme of the crow. So let's take a look, shall we? We do have a lovely keepsake box. And she has provided us with a nice little booklet with the basic information for each card in here. A lovely back. You could, let's get a little bit of light in here. You could say resembles either a leaf or a feather, depending on your perspective. This also is a pearl finish. This one has warped a little bit from sitting in less than ideal circumstances at the person's home that I'm borrowing this from, but still a lovely deck. Easy enough to shuffle, both traditional length and side shuffle. Alright, we've got our 5" by 3.5". And a 14 point. Let's see if the pros have any messages for us today. All right. Do you have any messages for the highest good of those viewing us that are checking out your deck as a potential way to connect? Holy heck, yes. Okay. A lot of air movement right now. A lot of thoughts going on in your head, guys. Up to one more card, please. Information for the highest good of those checking out this deck. Suppose it's fitting. And I just threw everything everywhere. Awesome. But that one did come out. I will take that one too. Yeah, I can pick those up in a minute. We'll finish the reading first. So to start with, we have the Two of Wands. You do have a passionate choice to make. Let's see here. Yeah, you're going through some emotions right now, trying to make that decision. All right, your Two of Wands. I feel like emotions are clouding your decision right now because you want to move forward with passion, but it's taking you just a little bit to try and decide. You do want to go in a way that's going to make you feel the sweetest for life. But despite the fact that you're having a hard time, you are actually going to decide to move on from whatever it is you're thinking about leaving behind, because we've got the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, you see a family in a boat with the swords stuck into the boat, and they're paddling away from turbid water into calm water. Now, this crow looks like it's taking a little bit of an indirect route, which is funny considering most people talk about as a crow flies being the most direct route. But even though it seems to be going out and around, if you look beyond these swords here, it is looking calmer on the other side of that, okay? And you do have your sweetness out here as well. Those same blossoms that were in your Two of Wands are also in your Six of Swords. So you are getting there. You're just going to end up taking a little bit of a roundabout way as you try to figure this out. We do have the Nine of Swords, so the way that you're going currently is kind of keeping you up in your head at night. All right? So try and get your rest. You know what? Make sure you're reducing your screen time, getting plenty of water, maybe something to help de-stress you before bed, such as maybe some chamomile tea or a nice relaxing 20-30 minutes of music, listening to chimes, chants, singing bowls, harp, something you find relaxing, right? I know it's going to be different for everybody. But nix the screen time, okay, guys? And the other thing you can try and do is journal each night before bed, all right? Journaling helps to get it out of your head and onto paper so that your mind can release it easier for going to sleep. And in lieu of that, if you're looking for something more natural to help you sleep, you're just having a little bit of a hard time, try drinking some tart cherry juice. It's a natural source of melatonin. At least that'll help get you to sleep a little bit before you, that way, you know, it's not something that's habit forming. It's not something you're probably going to be on long because most people don't like the taste of tart cherry juice, but it does help with sleeping. It's also good for helping to lower uric acid. So if you're prone to gout, it'll help to kind of like take some of the pain away from the uric acid buildup as well. Not going to cure it by any means. It's just a temporary relief, but that's all we need is to shut that mind off long enough to be able to get to sleep, right? And the reason I feel that you are having a hard time sleeping is, you know, you're not quite sure how to get quite to where you want, but if you can let go of that stress of worrying about how, you're going to gain some clarity, because that last card that you got was the moon in reverse. Now, moon typically means fogginess of not being sure how you're going to reach something, but with it in reverse, it means that cloudiness is going to go away. You're going to no longer feel caged, okay? You're going to find the way to work through it. You got to get out of your head first. So journaling is an excellent method. If there's someone that understands you really well and isn't going to try and drive you in the way they want you to go, they're actually just going to help you kind of sound in regards to being like a sounding board for you to bounce ideas off of, that kind of thing. Just be sure they're safe to talk to about it so that they're not going to try and skew how you go through it. Just kind of way to help you kind of get thoughts out of your head, right? That may help as well. Or maybe you haven't played in a while. Go do something joyful for yourself. Go for a walk in nature. Take in a movie, go out dancing with a couple of friends for a couple hours or whatever, you know. There are joyful things, obviously, that don't cost money. So don't hesitate to do the cheap version. I do the cheap version. It's easier that way. But, yeah. Just a lot of times when we're getting too in our head, we got to just find some time to play. Find some time to de-stress, relax. Go get yourself a massage if you can afford to do that. You know, it's something to take your mind off of it. A lot of times once you remove your head from the issue, you'll have an aha moment and you'll be like, oh, that's how I'm going to do that. Okay, let's try it. So I hope that helped. I thank you so much for checking out the Crow Tarot, and we'll see you next time.